this was definitely worth coming out to. I'm so glad I decided to hit it up, and I will definitely be back to 7 Mile. Now I'm airing up. Of course, I've got my EasyFlate HyperFlex system, but I'm trying a new compressor. Not something I normally do because I love my EasyFlate Moab, and every time a company says they want to send me a compressor, I look at the specs and they're always garbage. This one looked kind of interesting. Now it's not as fast as the EasyFlate Moab, but it's faster than an ARB dual, and that's this right here. It's a Maxspeedingrods MXR-Pro. So it's a dual piston compressor. It's supposed to have like a small tank in it to help it, but it seems to be airing up pretty quick. I think it's rated about 7.5 CFM. I'll put the exact specs down below. It's not that loud compared to other compressors, and it's designed to be mounted somewhere. So this might be a good one. I gotta check the clearances. Maybe you could mount something like this under the passenger seat or something and then run a Kraken system. That would be pretty cool. I don't know if it's something I would use on a regular basis because my EasyFlate Moab is a little faster, and with 38-inch tires, it takes a while to air up. But the fact that it is faster than an ARB dual is pretty cool, and it's a lot cheaper. It's, I don't have it right in front of me. I want to say it was like $429. Of course, information right here. And might be something worth checking out because it seems to be a pretty good compressor. But we're gonna try it out all weekend, see how it does, and make a final judgment when we're finished. So stick around for that.
It's going.
Now, as part of our testing of the Maxspeedingrods MXR-Pro, we're out here in Utah. Now, Dewey and I just finished doing fins and things, and one of our tests I want to do is a duty cycle test. Can this thing hang in there and keep working for 2 vehicles neck to neck? So we've got Bagheera on the 38s, aired down to about 17. Dewey's got his, what do you got?
20.
No, I mean, what size tires?
32.
32s at 20 PSI. So we're going to go from here, air these up, and then as quickly as we can, move it to the other and see, will this thing overheat? Will it keep running? Let's put her to the test. You want to go 37?
Yeah.
Okay, that's 37 PSI in his, 40 in mine. Watch this. It is not hot enough to burn your hands on any side of it. That is amazing. It kept running, it did a great job. I'm actually kind of impressed it did that without overheating. And the back is warm, but you can see I can hold my hand onto it without burning myself. And now, without it doing anything, I can hear a fan in here, like cooling it down. Pretty impressive. We've tested it a lot. I mean, this has been on, 5-6 trips now, because I wanted to make sure that this thing was going to hold up and be reliable. Because if you're out there and you've got your vehicle aired down to 12, 15 PSI and you go to air up to go home and your compressor doesn't work, you sure don't want to be driving at 15 PSI on the freeway going back to your house. So I wanted to make sure that this thing was going to be reliable. It sure seems like it is. I mean, I've had it, like I said, I've had it on 5 or 6 trips now. We've done 2 vehicles at once. We've done, everything I can to abuse this thing, and it's holding up very, very nicely. Quickly, in the package, you get, standard stuff. You get an air hose, maybe not the best quality, but I mean, there doesn't seem to be anything wrong with this hose. It's got kind of a braided material in it. Thing's probably going to hold up for quite a while. Standard size air chucks, not the ones you find on like Smitty built compressors. These are the same you're going to find on ARBs or Easy-Flate or all that stuff. US standard fittings. You're going to get a little air blower. That's kind of nice. You just hook it up. So I like blowing out the inside of the vehicle, getting some of the dust out. So that's handy. It comes with a digital tire pressure gauge, which I don't know where I put it. It's around here somewhere. The cables for the battery, these are nice and long. I really appreciate that. I like having long cables, so I don't have to be, set as to where the compressor is going to go. You could easily set this up mounted somewhere. I think it's too big to fit under a passenger seat of a Jeep. So I think it needed to be a little bit smaller for that. However, in both of my vehicles, we have removed the back seat and we just have a platform back there. This would work perfectly well back there. So in some cases, you're going to be able to find a way to mount this easily. Others, you may not, or you may not want to mount it. You may just want to take it over to the engine compartment and set it up. But if you're going to, these wires just have thumb screws on them to take these wires off and put new wires on if you're going to mount it somewhere. So that's pretty handy. Again, good quality air chuck on the compressor itself. There's no fuses in here. It uses like relays for safety. If it overheats, a relay will pop instead of a fuse. So you're never having to worry about that. The switch on here is very handy. Just seems to work well. There's nothing else. You've got spots where you can mount it. Pretty handy. It works. It's a good performing air compressor. For $500, can you buy cheaper air compressors that are faster? Yes, you can. Things like the Easy-Flate Moab is going to be less expensive. It's going to be a bit faster. It's going to be a lot bulkier. So it is going to be a bulkier unit than this. This is definitely more compact. Inside of here are two 0.3 of a liter tanks to give it some buffering, which is kind of interesting. So it fires up really quick. It's just like instant pressure coming out, which is nice. That's good for your air tools, which I don't use, so I don't worry about it, but there is handy features for that. You've got this nice metal and actual carbon fiber construction here. And even after running this thing for 2 vehicles back to back, there was no spot on here that would burn your hands. The back of it was warm. It was definitely warm, but you could just leave your hand on it. That was super impressive that it didn't get stupid, crazy hot enough to burn you somewhere. Now, sure, I said it was more expensive than like an Easy-Flate Moab, but this is really designed to be mounted somewhere and just kind of forgotten, like an ARB dual. So I think we're trying to compare different things here. If we're comparing this to an ARB dual, we have a much more attractive price point, $500 versus $645. And when you get the ARB, you get nothing else. You get no hoses, you get nothing. You just get the unit itself. This is ready to go. So you're going to spend less, much less than outfitting an ARB Pro or ARB Dual with something like this. And it's going to be a bit faster. The only issue is coming to mounting. It may be easier to mount an ARB Dual somewhere than it's going to be to mount this. So those are kind of the options that are out there. You have something a little bigger, a little bulkier, maybe a little faster, but it's a little cheaper. You have stuff that's more expensive, but maybe easier to mount somewhere. And this is that middle ground. So for a lot of people, this is going to be a great unit. It's going to fit the bill. Some are going to want to go the other way. Some are want to go the opposite way. Just depends on your personal needs. But if you think this is going to work for you, check them out, Maxspeedingrods.com. I got a link in the description. If this is, like I said, if it's something that you're interested in, I don't think you're going to be disappointed in this compressor at all. So that's my review of it. Thanks for watching, everybody. I absolutely put this thing to the test to make sure that it would hold up for you. Oh, that's my due diligence. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay safe out there. We'll see you on the trails.